Hi guys, so today we're going to be making a high ponytail wig. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. Hi guys, Camera here with Elon Blue Talks, where I help you to create stunning wigs through easy to follow steps, explore simple protective hairstyle options, and share tips on growing healthy, beautiful hair naturally. If you haven't already, go ahead and press that subscribe button to catch more videos just like this. All links in this video is going to be in the description box below. Enjoy! So I'm going to start by placing the cap onto the mannequin head with the opening still there. Usually I would sew this closed, but because we are making a ponytail wig, which my ponytail will go through, I'm gonna leave it there. I am using the Zury braid Marley hair in a number 30, and I'm gonna cut that in half, set aside the first half, and just work with one portion of it. I'm going to cut off the ends because they're a little scraggly. After completing, I wish I had kept a little bit more length because the unit turned out a little bit shorter than I wanted it to, but that's okay. So grabbing a small section of that cut hair, I am now going to finger separate them to get them ready. So knowing where the back of my cap is, I'm going to begin crocheting with small pieces of that hair. If you're not familiar with how to crochet, I do have more videos with different angles that may be helpful on my channel. I'll do another video on sectioning because I know that could be a little bit confusing, but briefly, once the cap is stretched open, they look like these squares. But because the squares are on a diagonal, they look more like diamonds. So I refer to the openings as diamonds. Each diamond has 4 sides, and I'm choosing the right lower half side of each diamond to attach the hair. What I'm doing is attaching hair to every other diamond, which means I'm attaching hair and then skipping a diamond, attaching hair and then skipping a diamond for 4 sections. And then I skip every other row. So once I've completed 4 sections, I stop there for that row. I don't do the immediate next row. I skip that one and go to the next row. 4 rows up, 4 diamonds across forms one large diamond of 16 crochet pieces. Again, I will do a video on that because I know it can be a little confusing. Once that is completed, I separate it into 2 rows of those diamond pieces crochet, and then I twist it. Again, when I am separating those 2 rows, you can see the diagonal that they're on. You can see the full diamond that I've created. Typically this would be a square, but because of the nature of the cap and the way it's made, it looks like a diamond. It's on a diagonal, so it looks like a diamond. And then I just twist all the way down to the ends. So I repeat this process all the way around the whole entire cap. So again, I am skipping every other row. So I do 1 row, skip, go to the next row, skip, go to the next row, skip, and go to the next row, all the way down to the band. Again, each row has 4 pieces of hair attached to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, going across, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up. That equals you 16 pieces of crochet hair once it's time to twist. Now going to the next twist, I'm making sure that that twist is on the same row so that it forms a straight line all the way up. So I choose the diamond hole or the diamond side that aligns with the last twist I did. So when I start the next twist group, I'm not choosing the diamond side by random. I'm choosing the one that still allows me a straight line upward. But again, I know this can be kind of confusing, so I will do another video on just how I create this kind of grid. Now I skip every other row and skip every other hole, which you don't have to. You can go through each one and not have to create this grid kind of what I'm doing. But I do it because it helps to save time, as well as it doesn't have as much bulkiness to the hair. I don't have to place so much hair onto the cap if it's not needed, and for curly hair, to me, it's not needed. So I create this method of skipping holes and skipping rows in order to diffuse the hair a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I have to separate one of the hair pieces that I crocheted out of that group because it prohibits a straight line going up. So I just set it aside because that's going to be with another group, and I'm going to twist the portion that allows the straight line. I'm just not going to include that piece that doesn't allow it. So I separate those that equal out to about 7 rows, 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom. I twist those 3, I twist those 4, leaving that little piece of hair that did not fit into those hair groups on the side. So you repeat that all the way around the cap, going about 2 to 3 rows up, and you're finished. Now for the baby hairs. So I take some excess hair that I had left over, cut those in half, and using a 1.3 millimeter crochet needle, I am going to crochet these little pieces onto the headband. All the way around the band, I'm going to crochet these little pieces. Now these pieces ended up being straighter than I needed it to. I wish I had curled it prior to attaching it to the cap, but in this video I'm going to show you what to do if you run into this problem. So I'm going to continue crocheting all the way around the band, and later on in the video you'll see where I attempt to fix the issue a little bit. I'm practically done, but there are a few things that I need to complete before this is totally finished. So as you can see, it's up in a semi ponytail. And now what I'm gonna do is just cut off some of these excess hairs. The hairs are fine, they're just a little too long. So we're just gonna give it a trim so that it's at a better length. Because these are supposed to be baby hairs, so we definitely wanna get those hairs just a little bit shorter for baby hairs. Not too much shorter, because I like to bunch them up anyways once I put them on. I know a few people have cut it too short, so just be mindful that you still want it to have some length, because you're gonna bunch it up anyways when you pin it down. So you don't want it to be too short to where you can't really do anything with it. It's not your typical baby hairs, but you'll see once I put it on my head, you'll see kind of how I do it. I do have quite a few videos on baby hairs and styling the baby hair and fixing it and all of that. So just watch those videos for more clarification. Okay, so now that the baby hairs are cut just a little bit more, I'm going to curl the ends. Let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna curl the ends so that the twists have a little bit more of a pop when I untwist it. And because we didn't have to do the whole head, it shouldn't take too long to curl the ends. It's only a few. I'm not gonna do too many close-ups, but if you do want to see how I curl the ends, I'm gonna put a link on this video so that you can check it out. All right, so this is the last one. We are done with that. So I crocheted 2 rows up and twisted it. I curled the ends and then attached baby hairs. So now what I'm gonna do is just put it on and see how it looks. Hopefully it looks decent. Okay, so it'll look like this, and again this is open because I have a ponytail at the top and I want that to go through it. So enough explaining, I'm just gonna show you how I do it. This is not really as high as I want it, but I think this is probably as high as this hair is going to get today. Okay, so I'm going to put it on. Okay. Okay, so the ponytail is up at the top, and then the rest is hanging down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring it all up so I can do the baby hairs first. And I'm using a pipe cleaner and wrapping it around. I'm going to focus on the baby hairs first. So I've pulled everything up in a ponytail out of the way. And this is how it looks in the front. I pull it back just a little bit so it's not directly on my natural hairline. And I'm going to use hairpins to hold it in place. I'm going to hold both the hair and the baby hair. So first, just to secure the unit itself, I'm grabbing some of the hair. I'm grabbing some of the hair. Oh, hello. I'm grabbing some of the hair and tucking it under the band. Grabbing some of the hair. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Scrunch up the baby hairs a bit and put these hairpins in. see the back that well, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it on here, but I will go back once I get a mirror and really take care of the back, because that's very important. So you want to make sure that it really looks good back there. So now I'm just pinning the hairs down so that it looks decent. Okay, so let me back it up a bit. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is untwist. So we'll bring all of this hair back down. Okay, so I think I have it all out. So now we're gonna see if we can get all of this in a ponytail. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take two of these pipe cleaners, twist them together. I think I'm gonna need something longer. So I probably could have made this unit just a little bit longer, but we're gonna work with it. What I'm gonna do now is you have this center here in the middle that's still open, so we're just gonna work on closing it. Oh, actually, well, do I want to, what do I want to use, actually? So I have these tiny rubber bands, clear rubber bands. I'm going to use that to bring the hairs around my little ponytail to hide it a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to bring some of this hair out to hide my band. See if I can get this just a little bit tighter. Okay, so I'm going to step away from the camera so that I can look into a mirror and see what I've done. I'll be back. Okay, so there are still a few steps that has to be taken in order for this to be complete. So some of these hairs are just a little too straight. So I'm going to curl it. And what I do is take a hairpin, a long one preferably, and a flat iron. And what I do is just curl the ends of it. You don't even have to really do this neat. You're really just trying to scrunch up the hairs as much as you can in whatever way you can, and then tease it out. This is not a neat look. This is kind of messy. So I don't know, you know, this is not like a laid baby hair down kind of look. This is a very like wild and messy, which is pretty much kind of the case with all of my wigs. I like more messy hair. All right, definitely much shorter than I was going for, but we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it moving. Okay, so with colored hair, I like to apply glue to the perimeter for the baby hairs to lay down properly. If it was black hair, it could blend in, but with colored hair, it's a little bit more difficult to blend, so I use glue. And the glue I'm using today is Bond Hold. And I like this glue because it's easy to remove off of my skin after I am finished. I typically just use either alcohol or oil, usually oil, because when I cleanse my face with oil, I'll just go ahead and get that off as well, just do a whole face regimen. So yeah, so this is the glue I'm using today, and I'm just going to put it around the perimeter, lifting all of the hairs up, up, up. Start here. And I'm trying not to get it on my hair as much as possible. So I would like it to go only on my skin if I can help it. I'm going to use a bobby pin to spread it. Oops, sorry, to spread it. And then I'm going to pat the hairs down onto it. So as you can see, I'm holding some of the hairs down and then fluffing the rest. So that all of them aren't patted down, just some of them. And then it'll end up looking something like this. So we went from this to this. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. I'm going around my natural hairline as best I can. And then we're going to separate, and actually we're going to separate. And then start to pat down. Oh, sorry. We need to spread it out a little. Okay, let's back it up a bit. Okay. All right, and that is about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.